And I'll never forget, probably the big turnaround point for me, they had me down in Orlando, and I was with the recruiting guy. And the recruiting guy was telling me, now look, you're going to have to get on an airplane and fly all over the country. You're going to have to talk to these different colleges and recruit people. And I said, look, I realize I don't know anything about this, but let me show you something. So I pulled up a map of the D.C. area. And I said, if you put a pin here in McLean, Virginia, where we are, draw a 100-mile, maybe 120-mile circle around that. I said, you know how many people are inside that circle? He said, no, how many? I said, probably about 12 to 13 million. I said, you've got Charlottesville, you've got Richmond, you've got, Atlantic City, not Atlantic City, Atlantic Beach, you've got Baltimore, you've got all of D.C., you've got all Northern Virginia. I said, if I can't run the seminary with that many people, if I can't get this thing turned around with that audience, you should fire me right now. I said, I'm never going to get on an airplane. And he looked at me like I shot him with a gun. That concept had never occurred to them. But here they're running all these seminaries, and it was just, well, once again, it's just a concept that wasn't in the typical thinking of the way you run seminaries. And so we ended up doing it that way. It's incredibly successful. When I came on board, we were down to about 20 students, had no professors, had really only a master's degree in religion was the only degree they offered. So by the time I left, we were over 300 students, 3 full-time professors, a number of local adjunct professors, and had gotten the Master's of Divinity accredited through all the accreditation people, which is probably the most difficult thing I've ever done any place I've been. It's just so much bureaucracy, but we got it all done. And so really felt like at that point I'd done everything that God had brought me there to do, and that somebody else could take over that probably was better qualified than I was to take it to the next level. And that's what's happened. The young man that took my place has done an incredible job. And now, RTS is one of the top, DC is one of the top fastest growing seminaries in their network. And I think the other thing that makes me feel good is they started 3 more campuses, one in New York City, which I helped them start, one in Dallas, and one in Houston, all of which are kind of built on the DC model. So, good stuff, real good stuff.
Fantastic. And most of the ones I know of are in kind of a metro area, so you could do that same local strategy, which is kind of the way Christianity works anyway.
It is.